Welcome, everyone, to Mastermind Seminars Live. We would like to welcome those who are in our location here today, as well as all those who are participating via video streaming at our satellite locations all around the world. We'll be introducing our event today and then turning it over to the very capable hands of some amazing presenters who have graciously given of their time and their amazing talents to share their insights into things which will change our lives as well as our businesses. The main question we want you to ask yourself is, why am I here? Is that a valid question to ask? Yeah. Why am I here? Maybe it's making money. Maybe it's saving more time. Maybe it's addressing my biggest challenge. Maybe it's working on my life vision. Whatever it is, we are here to help you do it. And the way it's going to happen is that you're going to get excited and you'll have the great temptation to do absolutely nothing about it because you are going to feel fantastic when you leave. You really will. I guarantee it. The way it's going to turn into money for you, and the question you have to ask yourself is, how can I turn what I learned today into money for me and my business? Well, it's going to be mind-numbing discipline in two key areas, in only two. One is intellectual, showing up or being on the live stream absolutely every single month. Once a month, that's it. Once a month, and then the implementation or the application is once a week. We have mastermind groups that meet on the phone in 30-minute segments that will absolutely change your life. Or meet live with a coffee connection weekly, and you have to have at least two buddies, two partners from today who participate with you today where you hold one another accountable. You have to do it. You have to do both to make it happen, to achieve what you set out today to achieve. To ensure each participant has rock-solid follow-through, we have a system for that. Go to www.mastermind-seminars.org/register. That's www.mastermind-seminars.org/register, and we will assist you in having strong follow-through with what you learn. Does everyone have what we call the fourfold? The fourfold has 14 different panels which you will be able to visually see and take home with you. On panel 6, please write down your biggest challenge, and then as you work through today, write down any ideas you have for solutions. Do not leave here today without having very specific solutions you will commit to do over the next 30 days with at least two other buddies from today's event. So, the topic today, and we have 12 topics every single year, panel 5 on the fourfold, are the same topics each and every year. Your MC or host will share with you the specific topic for today. With each topic, each month, at this event, we have 7 segments. Segment 1 is speed networking, which will be done at each individual location. You'll share your name, your company, your organization, what you would like to accomplish today, your biggest challenge, and your elevator speech. Everyone will break up into groups of 4 individuals, and each person will have 3 minutes to share these 5 things with others in the group. Once everyone has shared, then you will form new groups and do the same thing again. You keep doing this until your MC or host shares it's time to do something else. Segment 2 will be wins and biggest challenges, which is panel 6 on the fourfold. And the MC or host for each location will take 10 minutes to have local groups share their wins from last month's event and or your biggest challenges. Segments 3, 4, and 5 are the 3 elements to the BOS, the Business Operating System, which is panel 7, 8, and 9 of the fourfold. The BOS, Business Operating System, is the engine that runs our business. We earn the money we earn, work the hours we work, we have the stress we do or do not have due to our BOS. And the first element to our BOS, our engine, is the DNA for people, or personality masteries. The second segment is DNA for business, and the third segment is DNA for life. Segment 3, panel 10 on the fourfold, the DNA for people, is personality masteries. We can learn how to identify someone's personality in 15 seconds, and once we know someone's personality, we know their strengths, their weaknesses, what they like, don't like, why they will or won't work with us. We even know if they are married, probably the type of person they're married to, the strengths and weaknesses within their marriage. Yeah, pretty much amazing stuff. Imagine having a system that is so powerful that it will help you increase the leads your business receives, help you convert more leads faster, and obtain more referrals. In segment 4, panel 11 on the fourfold, the DNA for business, this is what we call the 530 grid. There are 5 areas in one's businesses. Area 1, marketing. How do we generate more and better leads? Area 2, pre-sales. How do we convert more leads to clients? Area 3, the sale. How do we convert leads faster? Area 4, servicing. How do we service our clients in the most amazing way where they refer everyone they know to us? And Area 5, client for life, where our clients become our partners and we start to work with all the spheres of influence they are connected with. In segment 5, panel 12 on the fourfold, the DNA for life. This is natural laws. Natural laws govern all that we do. In many ways, it's the hardest of the 3 DNAs to teach, to learn. There are over 500 natural laws which govern our business, our income, and really every area of life. One of those natural laws is the cluster principle. The cluster principle states that it's not unusual that someone making a buying or selling decision will know between 3 and 9 other people over the next 6 to 12 months who are making a similar buying decision as our prospect or client. Imagine what would happen with our business if we had every prospect referring us 2 or 3 or even more additional prospects. Yes, our businesses would double each and every year, and that's just one of the over 500 natural laws applied through our BOS, our engine. Again, BOS consists of DNA for people, DNA for business, and DNA for life. And it's the engine that runs our business, organization, and depending on how good it is, all the money we're going to earn, the time we're going to have, the stress and the life balance you're going to have or don't have. Segment 6 is Q&A, and that can be done either at your local level or it can be done through the video stream. That's up to your local MC or host because we're going to hit you with a lot of information today, and I hope you're ready, but this will give you a little opportunity to do decompressing. In segment 7, great things are going to happen next month, and we'll all come back together again as we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. So absolutely everything we do today will be focused on the topic for the month, which will be shared with you in just a minute. Are we clear? Do we understand what we will be accomplishing today, or at least a big picture perspective?
We attract profitable clients, so it's not just 1s, 2s, 3s, but we're talking 10s, 20s, hundreds, thousands, even hundreds of thousands, and that's what we're after today. And the second segment is going to be wins and biggest challenges. We have 5 people that have wins and biggest challenges that they are going to be excited about sharing, so we can't wait to get to that segment. And then we're going to get to the BOS system, which is the business operating system. That's how this whole thing gets put together. And it's really the engine that runs our business, the DNA for people, DNA of business, and the DNA of life. 3 parts. Again, DNA for people, DNA of business, and DNA for life. And the DNA for people is personality mastery. It's understanding how other people want to be heard and communicated with so that they would feel the best. Secondly, we also want to look at the DNA for business, which is the 530 grid. The 530 grid is really the 5 areas of business that we all have, and 6 levels of really not perfection, but really of being able to master. And so it's fascinating. It's endless possibilities there. And then, of course, the thing that ties it all together are natural laws. So The DNA for Life are natural laws. There's over 500 of them that have been discovered, and we're going to be looking at ways that we can help, obviously, attract profitable clients and why those natural laws are so important. Segment six is Q&A. If you feel like you've taken a drink out of a fire hose after our time today, guess what? Chances are you probably did. A lot of information in a short period of time. Then the seventh segment today is going to be great things for next month. So we're excited about that. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you the president of Synergy Solutions, Mr. Mark Boersma. He is a fascinating guy. He's actually an international speaker and author, and so he's going to be bringing us some really cool ideas when it comes to attracting profitable clients and how we can achieve that through Speed Network. So, Mark, take it away.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. So excited to be with everyone again this month. I don't know about you, but when I come back each month, like I've thought so much and actually done so much from the previous month, it's almost like there's no way it can top last month. It's such an impact. So when we look at speed networking or speed mastermind, how many of us have been certified in using the 30-minute strategy session? And so, I've traveled around the world. I've in all different countries, written 16 books and over 60 white papers, and I've seen so many sales systems, but I've never seen anything so fast as the 30-minute strategy session. It's 14 minutes of questions that'll just absolutely, like almost seduce, it almost like hypnotizes the person you're talking to, where they're so curious, they're drawn in. Well, what if you went ahead and did that like at an event with, 20, 30, 100 people? What if you were able to do that? It's interesting, Kevin, because in Chicago, March 15th and 16th, and then there's a bonus session on the 17th that is going to go deep in a number of areas. And so, do you need more help in marketing, or, do you need more help in installing systems, or more and better leads, or do you need to convert more prospects to clients or convert prospects faster? Do you want to generate a large quantity of referrals or create client for life, or, leadership, create massive profits or profitable partnerships or profitable mastermind groups or profitable clients like we're talking about today? We'll be drilling deep into that in Friday evening. And then also in relationships, how do you create, lifelong relationships? So in attracting profitable clients, what if our clients were lifelong relationships? That's going to be a lot more profitable. And so when we look at developing lifelong relationships, where's a good place to start? How about, in our own homes? Like, how about in our own relationships? And so my wife and I have been blessed with 33 years of marriage. Kevin, how long have you been married?
30 years.
30 years. Hey, congratulations.
Thanks.
Have you found it's gotten easier over the years, Kevin?
No, not at all.
Okay. I was hoping you were going to say yes, because I'd be like, okay, you're the speaker, because I have found it's crazy. I keep thinking, Mark, you should have this stuff figured out by now, but it's like I don't know if she's changing, I'm changing. Definitely our kids are changing, and now 5 grandkids, and it's like ever changing, kind of like the business marketplace. And what can I learn about business that'll help me to have a lifelong, amazing relationship with my wife? 33 years, it's a good start. But I got hopefully a lot longer in this life to do that. And then what can I learn about from relationships, having a lifelong relationship with my wife and my kids? Like, how does that apply to business? And so we're really excited about the bonus session. President of Tanglewood Conservatories, Alan Stein, he's really behind it, and he said, Mark, we're going into our 5th year of this, same 12 topics, but every year going deeper, every year getting better, every year getting stronger. What about in Chicago, kicking it all off where it all started? And so, Kevin, in the first time we met to talk about, can you cast the vision on what, can you share the vision on what was cast then?
Absolutely, Mark. It was kind of incredible because it was a small group of people. I think we only had about 10 or 12 people just to start with, and it was crazy. We were just meeting in a small conference room of a public library, and you cast this vision and you said, okay, can you imagine doing this seminar live and then streaming it live and then being able to do this live in every major city in the United States? And then from there on, it would be every, major city in the world. This could be international. It could change lives. It could change billions of lives even. And it's kind of hard to see that when you got 10 or 12 people in a room. But what's exciting is that in November, we did one in Cincinnati, and there was other people from other cities in the United States that had flown in just to see what we do. So we have others that are going to be coming about it from it, and I'm seeing the vision of what's going to happen. What's so cool is that it's coming. It's like it's been in Chicago, but guess what? We're starting afresh in Chicago in March, and it's going to be spectacular. So it's come together. So not only has it come together in Chicago, but it will come to every major city in the United States, and then every major city in the world.
And so, Kevin, as it relates and connects back to, speed networking, I think learning how to do higher quality in less time, how do we refine that process? And when we're looking at masterminds, it's something that's, it's something like the Coffee Connection that you and I participate in, every week.
Right.
And to see the transformation of people, and to see people connect so very quickly and get things that maybe took you and I 3, 4, or 10 or 20 or 30 years to get. And people are getting those things very, very quickly. So when we look at right. That's exactly right.
That's it. Right.
Right. And when I think about, the MVP network and how they're using technology, to clone us, and how out in Cincinnati, Amanda, who had never spoken publicly, professionally in her life, and how she got up, because I wasn't there, she got up and she shared one of my favorite signature stories and did like a better job than I did. And I think, when I saw her, there's like tears running down, my cheeks. And you're going to be sharing in the Chicago event in the evening on the 15th, I believe. You're going to be sharing your story of your son and his legacy and how it continues to live on. And we're going to make sure that we get that one. That's why you got to be at these events live. They're, they do get recorded, but that one right there, it didn't get recorded, which is kind of cool from a perspective that, no show, no go. You don't show up live. So, participating afterwards is better than not participating, but it's not like participating live, because there's no way you can get and capture all the magical moments. And so are we, living with intentionality? Are we really focused in on what is our life vision, and how do we do that on a consistent basis?
That's the thing that's exciting to me about what's happening at Coffee Connections, which is really the outworking of last month's topic, really creating profitable mastermind groups. But what I kind of feel like, Mark, is that the system's getting so strong to the point where we're able to you've been able to clone yourself. I've been starting to clone myself in little ways. But what I think is really cool is that, if we started now in our 50s, we're going to run out of runway here pretty soon. What I kind of feel like we're doing because I kind of feel like we're extending the runway or creating a longer runway for people that are younger, that if they want to change their lives, they want to change the world, this is where it's going to happen.
See, that's cool. I love that. When I think of Alex, and he's in the military helping us have freedom to run our businesses, and I think of how he invested a lot of time, a lot of money in doing a video for millennials, right, and how that helped me. I mean, of the 7 kids, 6 of my 7 are millennials, so it's like, whoa. And it's neat to see Amanda. It's neat to see Jonathan. It's neat to see Katrina, who's a single mom, and Liliana, who's 10 months old, and how she's getting exposed to like this thinking, from birth, literally.
Right.
It's cool to go ahead and see Daniel and Sam and Eric, who's he seems like a young guy, probably inexperienced, but he's not. He's got 9 years of boxing and coaching people in boxing that he's bringing into business in a big, big way, and I'm excited to see him get plugged into the network. Like all of these amazing opportunities with all different age range and all different ethnic groups and all different backgrounds. It's amazing on how all of these things really enrich us. I know we've got about 7-8 minutes here, so I'd like to just open it up. It's always a little dangerous to do that because, is there going to be silence? Kevin and I, like we're two little boys, and we could sit here and talk all day about all the amazing things that are happening, all around the world and how it's connected in. But it's really not about us at all. Like Kevin said, like Tom Kuntz would say, we're kind of getting on the back 9 now. We're over 50, and it's like, okay, we've been blessed, and we want to share that with other people and help other people learn in months what it's taken us years or decades to learn. So I'd like to open it up for everybody in the speed networking. Today is kind of a day of reflection. It's kind of a day of reflection and saying, okay, in the networking, in the speed networking, like, what can we do? What story can we share? What challenge are we facing that we can share with somebody else on today, either live or on the rebroadcast, that will transform our businesses and transform our lives? So anyone have any thoughts, ideas, input on this particular segment?
Well, Mark, in going through and trying to get and attract profitable clients, are there others that have the same discouraging things in going through their databases and seeing where they can make them better and what they can do to increase their profitable clients?
Yeah, great question, Jennifer. That is a really complex question. It was interesting because after the coffee connection, Kevin and I were hanging out, and, I had agreed this year not to vaporize anybody. And so I was a little reluctant to say anything to Kevin because I saw a couple things maybe that, might be a little offensive, or he might be hurt or angry or upset. And so I went ahead and said, I kind of approached it gingerly, and he said, no, keep talking. No, I want it. My wife's been saying something. And one of the things I shared to him was, I wonder, Kevin, if you're lazy, and he just started laughing. It was like the coolest thing. Like, he wasn't offended or upset. He's like, no, I totally am. He acknowledged it. And this is where I think, Jennifer, like Jill, she started a mastermind group, Success Circle of 12 for lazy people. And she attended, and Alan and I attended, and a number of other people have attended. And so that particular question, Jennifer, I can come up with something really simple and easy, like, one of the best ways to, get a better database is to go ahead and get more referrals from your clients. Mm-hmm. Or tap into their spheres of influence. or find out what they're passionate about. Are they on any boards? Like, are they interested in stopping child trafficking? Are they interested in single moms or kids at risk? Are they interested in, cancer, curing cancer? Like, what are people really passionate about? And then how do you go ahead and put that into a system, that helps? I know that Synergy has been contracting with Executive Virtual Assistants and Life Masteries Institute. So all of our clients on Action Vision, we contract with Life Masteries Institute to take them through. It's a good size investment for us to take them through and discover their life vision. And so, one of the EVAs who specializes in it meets with them on a weekly basis for a number of weeks to help them discover it and live their life vision. And that's not something that, we've done for a long period of time. I think it's been, 6 months, 9 months. And so it increased our cost, of doing business. And we didn't raise our prices. We just said, hey, we're going to do this. We think it's important to our clients. And so, I think, Jennifer, that when we invest into things that are life-changing for people, we're going to attract more clients. But that's not easy. It's not simple. It takes hard work. It takes doing things that may not work the first time. It takes so much hard work. I think a lot of times people want to have the additional profit, additional money, additional sales, but they're always trying to cheat the system. Like, how do I go ahead and get a lot without putting a lot in? And I just haven't found that to be successful. I don't know if that'll help. I think today's session, going through each one of the different the DNAs, I think that's going to go ahead and help tremendously, Jennifer, if that makes sense.
It does. And you'd mentioned earlier about quality over quantity, and I think in this journey that I'm going through with our current database and going through and realizing more and more how true that is, that you want a quality partner to work with to get future business, not just a number.
And see, this is what I have found, Jennifer, is you're not going to find them. You're going to have to build them. And this is where it takes hard work. And so, so you're not going to find partners that are 8, 9s, and 10s. You're going to have to build them. So your database, it's not that it can't improve, but on a partners basis, it's not going to improve. I'm pretty confident about that. Customers, maybe if you can tap into your current customers, their spheres of influence. If you leverage Untangled Minds and Life Masteries Institute and you start, leveraging those things, yes, you can do it. But profitable partnerships, it's not going to happen. You're not going to get a better database. They're just not out there. You're going to have to develop your database, and you're going to have to develop profitable partnerships. I was talking to a young man this last week, and he said he was concerned that he had too high standards for his future wife. And he was seeing a young lady that weekend, and he said, I'm going to give her a chance. And I'm like, yeah, that's not... He wants this amazing wife, but is he an amazing man? He wants this amazing woman. Okay, he's going to have to develop her, and she's definitely going to have to develop him, and they're going to have to become amazing together. So everybody's looking for other people who are amazing, and they're not investing into themselves to go ahead and be amazing partners themselves. And so it's something you're going to have to develop, Jennifer. In my 30 years, I've never found an amazing partner. I've always built them. Always. Make sense?
It does. So I'm going to try to find a blue fish and turn him into a green fish.
That's exactly right. Well, no, a yellow fish to a green fish to a red fish, and then a red fish to a blue fish. Yep. The fishery principle. All right, Kevin, I think that's it.
Wow, that's fantastic. Jen, thank you so much for jumping in, because that is absolutely vital. We understand that. I think part of the reason why we're going to be doing the March 15th and 16th and the bonus session on the 17th topic is going to be the value of installing systems. You know, you can have a system, that's a 2, as long as you can get 8s and 9s all the time, right? But Mark was saying it's true. How often are you going to find the 8s and the 9s? You're just not going to find them. But if you had a system that was at a 6 or a 7 or at an 8, all you're really doing is looking at 2s and 3s for people, and there's a lot more of them. Being able to develop them is so cute, so huge. So thank you so much. So we're going to move into our next segment, and that's going to be wins and biggest challenges. And we're going to go, there's several other people here from Tanglewood that I'm excited to introduce you to. And one of them is Nicole. Nicole, you had a win or a biggest challenge. Could you please share that with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So this past month, I've really been working on my analytics and overcoming my analytics. And so my win is learning and accepting the unexpected. I'm learning how to roll with it and not get so stressed about it. So it's a big win for me. But my challenge still is seeing the big picture. I haven't made it too far in the analytics, but I'm probably at a 10,000 foot view, working on the 30,000.
Good for you. So what have you learned at the 10,000 you think that's helping?
My journal. I think doing my journal.
So the journal. So,
mm-hmm.
and this is a journal you keep at home, or is this a journal that you keep with yourself on a regular basis?
Well, so what happens is a couple people at our company, Alan, Nancy, and a few others, we do a short 100-word journal for 180 days. Well, mine's 180.
Okay.
Everyone else. And we manage up and out to a group of people and get thoughts and feedback, sort of like a mini network, but we're all journaling and our thoughts that day and sort of stimulating our minds. And I just sit down for no more than 5-6 minutes. Whatever I can think of goes down on the paper, but it has to be 100 words. So it's building discipline. It's making me think on my feet. It's making me sort of get more concise.
So what would you say your biggest challenge is, Nicole? What do you see your biggest challenges in any area of your business or life?
I'm definitely seeing the big picture.
Seeing the big picture. So this 100 words for 180 days is helping you do that.
It has. It's brought me up from a 5,000 to a 10,000 foot view. I was very, very analytic. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So how many days have you been on it?
I think today, when I put it out, it'll be day 27.
So wait, in 27 days, 100 words a day, and you've already gone from 5 to 10,000 feet.
Well, this is my second time journaling. The first time I did it for 30 days. Started to see a little bit, and then I stopped journaling because I hit my 30 days, and then noticed day 8 going back into my habits, and then I started journaling again, and it's coming back.
Wow, that's amazing. I hope everybody's taking notes because that's outstanding. Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you. We have some other people too. Carly's on with us from Tanglewood Conservatories as well. Do you have a win or biggest challenge? I understand you'd like to share one with us.
Sure. My challenges are kind of the same. My challenge is identifying and absorbing the tasks and responsibilities of exiting team members, and I have that as my win as well.
Wow. So what are you finding that's helping you overcome that or win in that area?
Just being forced into a situation. It forces you into looking at things differently, broadening your thoughts, not being so narrow-minded, so analytical.
Okay. So, Carly, what are you doing to not be so narrow-minded or overcome those thoughts that might be holding you back?
It's just as these opportunities have presented themselves, I've had to look differently. I'm not as familiar with them. And some of the same things that Nicole's doing with the journaling is helping me as well. The 100 words a day kind of makes you top grade your thoughts and your priorities.
Wow. So tell us a little bit more about how top grading your thoughts helping you overcome your biggest challenge.
You know, when you're pressed with a lot of different tasks and responsibilities that you're not familiar with, you have to really narrow them down and focus on the ones that have the most impact and they're most important at that moment. So that's
right.
what I'm doing.
So how do you know that those are the most important? I mean, what do? You mean you're writing down 100 words every day, just like Carly? Is that what you're doing?
I am. It's kind of based on the situation.
I'm sorry, just like Nicole. Okay.
Yeah, just like Nicole does.
All right. Yeah, so you're doing that, and then in would you say that in the writing down in the journal, is that helping you top grade your thought, which is may not be the first thought that comes out of your. I mean, because if it is, I need you to tell me. I need you to take over this whole thing. But you can do it with your first thought. That would be awesome. How many thoughts sometimes do you have to have in order to get your top graded thought?
Wow. I don't know if I can answer that.
2, 3, 4 times, and you've got it, or is it more?
To have my top grade thought, you know, as I start, I think as you start the process of when I start thinking about it, it just kind of, it's probably 3 or 4 versions of when I start it, and then it actually just flows. Wow.
So it takes you 2 or 3 to get going, maybe 4, but then it starts flowing. Maybe these top graded thoughts are coming pretty fast at that point, but then being able to see whatever challenges are coming and be able to apply that thought or that process or that perspective or that attitude on that. Is that what's happening?
I think so.
So if people are journaling 100 words a day, I'm seeing a theme here anyway. I didn't know that, but seeing a theme, 100 words a day. How many days are you into your 100 words a day?
I think it's like 36. 30.
Okay. And then how many days do you have? Are you going to 100 days?
Just 100. That's our challenge. Yep.
Well, okay, so you're about a third of the way through it. You're about a third of the way through it, and you're finding in 2 or 3 or 4 thoughts that you get top graded thoughts that you're able to start applying to help you overcome your biggest challenge.
Yes.
Are you special in that, or can anybody do that, Carly?
Anybody can do that.
Anybody can do it. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Mike, I understand he's also from Tanglewood, and he's going to be sharing with us today. Mike, I understand you got a winner biggest challenge as well.
Sure do.
Yeah? Can you get a little bit closer to the mic? I'm having a hard time hearing anybody.
All right. This better? Can you hear me now?
Get even closer?
Not without climbing in the machine. My win.
Okay, that's good. Start from there, Mike. We can hear you now.
Okay. My win is in going out and trying to meet architects. I was in an elevator and ended up meeting the principal of firm that I was going to go drop off material to. So I began with an elevator speech. And by the time I got to the 5th floor with him, I gained a foot into his door in 15 minutes of his time, which is really unusual when you haven't scheduled something. So that was a really good time to spend with him. I got to find out some of his biggest challenges, and so that was a win.
So you thoroughly did your elevator speech in an elevator.
Isn't that great?
That's pretty cool, Mike. Because I mean, I've heard of it being done, but I've never actually seen it done in an elevator. So that's outstanding. What do you think was the difference? Why do you think you got that entree into the principal's office and be able to speak for 15 minutes?
I think that he got intrigued by what I was offering. He saw me carrying books, asked me what they were, and we were headed in the same direction. I go, "You're probably the man I need to see. I've come to see you." And he goes, he's with that company, and I moved forward on it and talked about Tanglewood and what I was bringing to the table. And, he was kind enough to give me that 15 minutes.
That's great. So did you just work up this elevator speech on the spur of the moment?
I was not expecting to find anybody in the elevator, so certainly yes.
Okay. But did you prepare for it before you got there?
I would say yes. I mean, we're all prepared to walk in and talk about our company and what we can do and try to impress upon them that we're there to help them. And so that's where I took it.
Right. What are some of the questions that you ask people in this? What are some of the questions that you might ask that would kind of pull them in? Because obviously you're trying to attract profitable clients here. What are some of the questions you asked?
Well, I asked him about, have you used, done conservatories, pool houses, greenhouses. I asked him if in his structures he uses windows that we could provide. I tried to build a value to it early on.
Okay. Did you ask him anything like, what's your biggest challenge with your business?
We got into that too, and it turned out that he had just had to let go a crew in the field, so he's short-handed right now, and trying to find competent people.
And is there something that you might be able to do in your network? I don't know if you can or not, but is that at least you know what his biggest challenge is? Is that something that you might be able to help him with?
I do know somebody that I'm going to send him some information on and see if that might help him out.
That's huge. I appreciate you sharing that, Mike. It's interesting. In attracting profitable clients, sometimes we think, well, we want them to be profitable to us, but maybe what we need to be thinking about, I appreciate what you and what Carly and Nicole had shared, is that by changing the way we think, we want to become the person who's valuable to them, right? We want to be the valuable person. We want to bring profit to them and be able to ask them the kinds of questions that are going to help them solve their biggest challenge. And in so doing, we're going to be looked on differently as well. We're going to be looked on as a profitable client to them. So outstanding. Really appreciate it. Thanks again, Mike, Carly, Nicole. That's wonderful. We're going to be moving into the BOS system, the business operating system now. And so, again, we're going to be talking about personality mastery, the 530 grid, and the natural laws. The first person that's coming to speak to us is Cheryl Negoff. She's the HR director for Tanglewood Conservatories. Imagine a company that has a lot of people on the same page, in the same system. Imagine creating that kind of a company and then being able to attract profitable clients. But everyone in the company is trying to achieve the same goal, whether they're the owner, whether they're the HR manager, whether they're an intern. Everybody's going to be on the same page. Imagine that kind of an opportunity. That's what's happening at Tanglewood. And if you're even half considering what being an architect would be for that organization, or somebody that could be in sales or HR or in manufacturing, this is the organization to get involved with. They're amazing. So Cheryl, I know you're going to be sharing with us some amazing things about the DNA of people and how that helps attract profitable clients. So I'll turn it over to you. Go, Cheryl.
Thank you, Kevin, for the wonderful introduction, as always. Attracting profitable clients, in my opinion, begins with having a core group. This core group would have 4 different personalities. Why? So that you can leverage each of them to have a system in place that any client would be envious to be able to join and learn your secret. First, you must find your 4 team members. How do you do that? You have to give a simple test. What you have to do is give them this piece of paper or write these out and tell them to order from 1 to 4, which shape they like the best. So a cube, a pyramid, a wavy line, or a ball. Secondly, you would ask them these 4 questions and put in order of what causes them the greatest frustration. Things being out of control, things being out of order, things being fun, not being boring, conflict with others. So once you have those, you can analyze them. The you'll be able to find out what their personality is. So the analytical will be the cue and things being out of order. So the analytical will want things done properly. They think in the task. They tend to do things slower, and they're task-oriented. They're less aggressive. They will need help taking action faster. If the person picked the pyramid and the things being out of control, then they're a driver. The characteristics of a driver are, think about the long term. They tend to do things faster. They're task-oriented. They're more aggressive. They need help in giving people more room to move and to work, so they need to slow down. The expressive will be the wavy line and things being boring, not fun. So the expressive lives in the present. They tend to do things faster. They're people-oriented. They're also a little bit more aggressive. They need help staying focused and getting tasks done. The amiable will be the ball and conflict with others. So they think in the short term. They're people-oriented. They're less aggressive. They need help pushing, being stronger, and doing tasks. They will only do when there is no risk of conflict. So now, this core group, you use the personality to leverage each other to be able to attract the right clients. How? The analytic and the driver will work together to create the plan. The driver will see the big picture, but he needs the analytic for all the details to get it done. They'll come up with all the tasks that are needed to attract the profitable partners. With that plan in place, the amiable and expressive, who are people-oriented, can go after those clients. And they'll have to go work with the analytic and the driver to be able to get the systems down so that they have a solid system in place, because the expressive is going to be hard keeping on task because they always want to have fun. So they'll need to be reined in a little bit by the driver, to stay on the task. The amiable, they love a relationship, so they'll build up the relationship with the clients. And if anything, the driver can come in and seal the deal with them. So it is important to document all the steps that you're taking and list all the contacts you're making to be able to get that system in place. And Rosanna will be able to explain that better in the DNA for Business and 530 Grid. Why is that important? It's important to me to have, if you have a system in place, then you can attract more clients and be able to have the profitable partnerships with them. And if you have a system in place, then you can leverage that so that you can share it with those profitable clients, so that they can have profitable clients, and it'll be easier for them to be able to get them their own profitable clients. So you will have done the hard work for them to make it easier for them to, grow their own business as well as yours. So in conclusion, knowing personalities is very important in attracting profitable clients. And when it comes to leveraging and knowing how to leverage with each of the different personalities. Does anybody have any questions?
I do.
Go ahead, Jen.
So, with your knowledge of the personalities, so then how do you identify your ideal profitable client, from a big picture vision instead of just describing characteristics of them? How do you, by understanding their personalities, can you structure that around the personality?
I believe you can. but I struggle with big picture as well as you do, Nicole. So, Mark, could you help to answer that question?
Yeah, sure. I think that, you can always profile your clients if you do the geo and the pain quadrant testing. So you can profile them and then say, okay, here's 100 of our clients. Here's their personality. Which are the top 10 which are the top 10 clients? And you can see if your clients, your best clients, have certain personalities. In some situations, they might. In many, if not most situations, your clients are going to have all different personalities. It's not a personality that makes it, a good client. It's our systems to be able to service every one of the different personalities in the way that they would like to be serviced. So the analytic, our system needs to be able to cover, all the details. We need to be flawless in our execution. The driver client, we need to be able to service them big picture and keep the details away from them. And so totally different execution of our system. The expressive personality, we need to give them big picture, fun, excitement, energy, enthusiasm. Again, keep the details away. And then the amiable personality needs to be relational in how we build our system. So we have one system, but we highlight different parts of the system based on the servicing that we give. And then often you're going to have both in relationship, like in professional services, like mortgage and real estate, you're going to have the husband and the wife. And so opposites tend to attract. We like other people like us, and we fall in love with people that are opposite. So often your best clients, one of them is going to be an analytic, the other is going to be expressive, one's going to be driver, the other is going to be amiable. And so not only does the system have to service clients in a different way based on their personality, but you may have one client and they may have all four people that are involved. So for Tanglewood Conservatories, you might have a husband that's a driver, a wife that's an amiable, an architect that's an analytic, and then another, an interior designer or whatever, that's going to be an expressive. So you could have all four personalities servicing the same client. So that's when it gets into brain surgery and rocket science. Like, you got to have a system where every single team member understands the personalities at a deep level, and that 12-hour online course through Legacy Partners and Life Masteries is a great course that I think every team member, ought to go through because of the value. And then we need the people to understand how to use the systems, and the systems need to be connected directly into the personalities. Does that help, Cheryl and Nicole?
Yeah, I think that was good. It gave me a lot to think about.
Cool. Excellent. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Nicole. Thanks, Cheryl. Appreciate that so much. That's the DNA for people. And again, that segment is going to change your life if you let it. This is all video. It's, of course, live stream. But if you want to check into it if you want to check into this segment in a few days or in a week here, we're going to have this segment up, and you can go to mastermind-seminars.org, and then you can check out the other options for finding the video, and you'll be able to find the last four. It's amazing. And again, I recommend that you do that. If you go to mastermind-seminars.org and you have a question, you can, of course, go to at mm_seminars, again, at mm_seminars, and you can live stream, you can Twitter us, you can tweet the Twitter, I guess. I don't do that. But you can tweet us with your questions, and there's some amazing things here that you can do. You can not only look at the live stream, which you're doing now, but also you could take the short survey and the full four fold out. You're able to find also the action card, which can help you set up a free 30-minute strategy session. Why is that so important? Because by understanding what your personality is, you're going to be an attractive client, you're going to be a profitable client, and be able to attract other people to yourself. So that's just amazing. Thank you so much. We're moving into our next segment, moving right into the DNA of business. And we have Rosanna. We're excited to have her. And she is the leader of the amazing, the awesome women's group. And she's going to be sharing with us the 530 grid and how the DNA of business helps us attract profitable clients. Go ahead, Rosanna, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. So I have a question for you. Have you ever had done some baking and left out an ingredient? And when you get done, you realize you left out the ingredient because you taste the final product and, maybe it's done flat because you didn't put the right ingredient in, like baking soda or the baking powder. Or maybe it just lacks a lot of taste because you left out the salt. It does make a different product. And if you're not one of those bakers and you go ahead and you're maybe like one that likes to do projects, you get the project, you're starting to build this awesome shelving unit, and you're missing the main thing that hooks to the wall so that it will stand up straight and not fall over. Kind of makes the product a little bit defective. So when we're working with clients and we're looking at trying to develop profitable clients, I was hearing on the earlier show that you don't always have a profitable client. Sometimes you have to develop them. I think you need the right ingredients to do so. And one of those ways to do the right ingredients is to follow a system. And we have a system that we have worked on for many years called the 530 grid. And it seems to be the system that helps a lot of businesses stay in business and keep on track. And so I think that if you realize what you're dealing with, and if you realize the intricacies of what the 530 grid could do for you, you would follow it almost religiously. It's kind of like when you do a recipe or following directions on building something. So when I was looking through this and trying to just kind of figure out, okay, what is a profitable client and what do we do with them and how do we work with them? And these are the questions that, I came up with. How do you know which one will be profitable? How do you figure that out? What's going to be the best way to figure that out? Well, I think if you look at the 530 grid, you'll see a box 4, and it says to ask key questions. So you have people that you're talking to, and you need to know some information. So asking key questions is important. And we have a really good system that we follow called a 30-minute strategy session. The key questions in that, they amaze people. They go, that's a good question. I've never thought of that. So having key questions in front of you and realizing who you're talking to will be very helpful. And Cheryl, she talked about the personalities and understanding the personalities. And so I think it's really important when you're asking the key questions that you know who you're talking to and that you understand their personality some. And so in those key questions, especially a 30-minute strategy session, there is is a way to find out their personalities. You're making sure that you're dealing with if you're talking to an analytical, that you're dealing with the preciseness of things. If you're talking to an expressive, you're making sure that it sounds fun. And so I think it's very important in those key questions to make sure that you hit the personalities and understand them. And then, okay, so you have these clients and you got them on the line. What are you doing with them? And I think that some people, they get a lot of people that they talk to. Are they tracking them? And how do you know if one of the people you're talking to is actually a key client? You might not know right away. I was told the other day that one of our clients, in asking the key questions, didn't test out to be a very highly coachable client, but had been one of the best coachable clients that we've had. And so I think you don't exactly know that. So you want to make sure you're tracking all the leads that you have, all the 100% leads. And that's box 3 on the 530 grid, making sure that you track the leads and making sure that you have information about them right there in front of you, the biggest challenge, the things, their personalities, understanding what they want. And so if you have these when you're talking to your clients and prospective clients, if you have that information, it really helps to work through the tough things first. Once you get the client, what are you doing with that client? Are you just keeping just one client, or do you want more clients? Well, I would think that, you probably need more than one client. So one of those ways is if the client is really happy with you, you want to make sure that you're asking for their referrals, people that they know that would really need your business. And so box 7 on the 530 grid asks for referrals. You want to make sure that you're asking for those people that could go ahead and be your next great client. So getting the clients, attracting them. To attract a client, you have to have a operating system, as in we do the 530 grid. You have to have that in front of you. You have to keep track of people. If you are not keeping track of people, people aren't going to want to go ahead and stick with you. They're like, are you following up on the people I sent to? Are you checking with them? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? If they don't see you doing that, they might, drop you as a person too. They might not keep you, and then you'll lose more than one client. So always making sure that you're tracking the referrals that they give you. So a client is profitable when they are giving you referrals too. A client is profitable when you're working together and helping each other, because you may be able to give them a referral for somebody that you want to have help on. And so I think it's really important that you remember the ingredients and the things that need to be developed in a project that you're doing. And the best way to do that, I believe, is making sure that you have the recipe, which we call the 530 grid, the business operating system. And that's all I have for today.
Wow. Thank you so much. Are there any questions for Rosanna?
Yes, Rosanna. So once you've boxed 1 and gotten your targets, a lot of times we obviously want to have the phone conversation with the client as much as possible, but in our work we found that a lot of our clients say email us first. So how would you develop a message for profitable clients so that you can get box 7 kind of precursored and key up that conversation to get them into the one-on-one phone call versus just an email? What the written message can we use from the box system to help us create that message?
Well, my thoughts would be to make sure that you have the key questions in the email that maybe they can use to pass on to the referral. So you have to ask the questions. Maybe you've gotten the 30-minute strategy session with them. That's how you got connected with them. And so you have a connection with them. And so they thought the questions that you asked them were really good. Or maybe they filled it out online. Once you have that, they could use that to connect with the next people for you. They may be able to actually give you most of the 30-minute strategy session, so you could come in and you already know the next referral more than maybe they do. So I don't know. I could throw that up to other business owners like Mark or Kevin. Maybe you have some ideas.
Yeah, I would go ahead and go through the course. Sticky messages. It's a 7-week course through Legacy Partners that took over 49 weeks to develop the course and over 30 years of experience. A lot of times, Jennifer, we're looking for, fast, easy, like just give me the answer, and it's like, well, I can give you the answer, ask a question, tell a story. That one piece of information took 49 weeks to figure out and over 30 years of experience. And so, but it's a lot more than that. Yes, that's the essence. Yes, you want to ask a question and tell a story. Asking the questions, open up somebody's heart, telling the story. fills that and moves somebody. It creates leverage. The question creates leverage, and then the story. So the leverage is opening somebody's heart. The question is filling that to move them from, one dimension to another. But again, I would take the course for sure. So there's a course in box 2 that I would take, sticky messages. There's another course in box 12 called the Magic Seat System. There's an amazing course in box 5, the PCS, the Prospect Conversion System. Box 4, there's a course that's asking it's dollars in the bank, and it's how to ask key questions. And then they're working on another course in box 8 in presenting solution. And so it's a discipline. It's a very disciplined approach to being able to go through. So in 10 minutes, obviously, and Rosanna did a great job. Cheryl did a great job. But it's to really become a master, and I think it's tipping point. It's the rule of 10,000. You've got to do something 10,000 times. And practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. And so we have to, if we go through the course and we're applying that course, what we're learning in that course over and over again and again, and then ideally getting one-on-one coaching or getting, being part of a mastermind group or coffee connection group, a group of people that can help you in doing it where you can share these things. That's what it's going to take to be really good at this on a consistent basis.
Mark, thank you so much. That was outstanding. Mark, I'm going to ask you in a moment to help us find where those, maybe a link to that. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is, for those of you who would like to get those course, that information, I want you to go ahead and text whatever course you're looking for here. Maybe it's, maybe it's the Magic Seed, maybe it's box 2, maybe it's developing and delivering a message. Whatever that is, go to your Twitter account, and it's MM_seminars, and send us that information. We will get you a link to that. Mark, if somebody does not have a Twitter account, is there a way that they can go directly through email to find these courses? And if so, where would that be?
Yeah. I'll pull it up get them to pull it up on the screen here. And so it's real simple. Go to dnaforsuccess.com. So dnaforsuccess.com. And then go to solutions at the top, and then online courses. And so in there's courses in the various areas. So there's courses in personal courses. There's leadership courses. There's courses in profitable partnerships. There's courses in marketing, pre-sales, the sales, servicing, client relationship for life. And so there's a number of different courses in each of the various areas of BOSS that are just really, really powerful. They're very different, Kevin, than most college courses.
Right.
Everything that you learn in it. I mean, I have 3 degrees, so I'm not bashing college. I'm just saying a lot of college you don't use. These courses, you're going to use every inch, every ounce of what's being trained and mentored in these courses. You're going to use it all.
And you can use it right away.
Right away as you're going through the course. And ideally, what's even more fun is when you go through the course, with a group of other people. So Matt is working through the Personality Masteries course right now, and he's working on getting all 90 of his peers, all the other employees in the company, to go through the course with him. And at some point, he's looking at getting his customers to go through it. Like, if we all are aware of what this will really do for us, the productivity increases, the overall profitability, everything, I mean, it's just amazing what it will do in transforming us.
Wow, that's wonderful. I appreciate that, Mark. Rosanna, thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who's participating in questions. We're going to move to the third and final section of the BOS system. which is going to be the DNA for life. Again, the DNA for life. Those are the natural laws. And to help us understand which natural laws and the natural laws and how they relate to attracting profitable clients, we have Alicia. Alicia is from Tanglewood Conservatory. She's with us. This is her third session. She's doing an amazing job. Please pay attention to Alicia. Take it away. It's all yours.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Kevin. Attracting profitable clientele in an increasingly competitive marketplace is a lot like dating. How do you get your admired to notice you? How do you charm them into giving their attention to you? What measures do you take to ensure their return? How do you prove your worth, your sweetheart's valuable time? Worthwhile dates are hard to come by. Good or bad, they set the tone for the relationship. When you hit it off, it may be worth holding on to that someone special. Profitable client relationships are much the same. Our goal then is to identify, attract, retain, and replicate our most profitable clientele. Profitable client acquisition provides a roadmap for future success. It can make an enormous difference in the success of our product and the overall growth of our company. Aiming to be a successful business, what can we learn about attracting profitable clients from dating? Gaining a competitive edge in dating and business alike commands something unique that captures attention. Converting high-value prospects into ideal profitable clients is a courtship of sorts. Knowing how to connect with and appeal to the right type of partners is critical. It requires great stewardship of the 5 T's: time, talent, treasure, trust, and truth. Clients are a considerable investment of our time, energy, and resources. Once we've progressed past the initial phase of attraction and gained interest, we should consistently show consideration and passion in building and maintaining these relationships. With this understanding, the value and quality of our relationships is a reflection of the time, quality, and drive we invest in them. With a profitable client, this investment brings about a significant return. Grabbing someone's attention is easy when you offer something they want, but successful execution also requires governing values. How do we use the binding rules of physical principles and universal moral truth, also referred to as natural laws, to attract profitable clients for life? An example of a natural law most people are familiar with is the law of attraction. This natural law states that the energy you emit is the energy you attract, and energy flows where energy goes. Natural laws uplift human personality and challenge us to change the way we think. 3 natural laws beneficial to attracting profitable clients are 12 principles, the warm belly rub principle, and the extra mile principle. When applied consistently, the 12 principles are the foundation of our relationship, client and otherwise. They help attract and retain profitable clientele. These principles urge us to anticipate customer needs, continuously learn about them, embrace new opportunities, communicate effectively, and exercise integrity. As you honor this natural law, loyalty and trust increases. Gaining client confidence and boosting loyalty provides even more opportunities to take this and other client relationships to an even deeper, more profitable level. Application of the warm belly rub principle urges us to recreate the memorable moments that initially made our business so desirable, rather than mechanic representations, and reproduce those experiences time and again. Additionally, the extra mile principle encourages us to pull out the stops to service our clients. Most everyone is familiar with the expression, "It's the little things that matter," and they truly do. Going the extra mile not only results in much happier clients, it can go a long way in terms of successfully attracting profitable clients and keeping your business on their radar. In conclusion, the secret to attracting profitable clientele is really no secret at all when we develop a client awareness and consistently apply natural laws to every aspect of our business. Question?
Wow. That's fantastic. Yeah, great. Are there any questions for Alicia?
Yeah, I have one. So, based on like the personalities and stuff, when you're looking at DNA for Life, how do you know the degree to which to use a warm belly rub based on, you know, the person you're talking to?
I think that that's probably a question that Mark would be best suited to answer, and I'm going to ask for his help.
Wow, that's an interesting question. So, I mean, because it connects back into the charm, the relationship, we tend to love, like other people who are like us, and we fall in love with people that are opposite of us. And so when you talk about the warm belly rub principle, it's the concept that it's not the mechanical things that cause our clients to fall in love with us. It's the warm belly rubs. It's the things that, like with a baby, when you're changing, his or her diaper, it's tickling the baby, it's rubbing the belly, it's making sure the poor naked baby is on a, not a cold floor, making sure that you give them a hug. It's all of those. So it's not any of the mechanical that creates a raving fan experience. And so each of the 4 different personalities are going to have a warm belly. Like what's a warm belly rub to one personality is a slap in the face, to another. So a warm belly rub for an analytic is going to be like, making sure that there's a lot of data, not too much because it can hurt them, but enough data, a lot of data, making sure the data is accurate, making sure it's presented well. But that's a warm belly rub is going to be a slap in the face to the expressive. That is not going to create pleasure. For the expressive, it's going to create pain. And so for the expressive, it's going to be fun and exciting and keep all the details. It's the exact opposite as the analytic. For the driver wants control. Things to be controlled. They don't have to control it, but if you don't, they will, and that's not going to go good for them or you. They want profit, speed, getting ahead. They want to achieve a goal. And so if there's conflict, so be it. The amiable, they don't like that at all. And so we have to be very much aware of our client's personality, and we have to have our system to be able to understand what those things are. And then ideally, and that gets where it gets into the deep end really fast, is you have the 4 levels of learning: unconscious incompetence, we're kind of stupid, we don't know it; conscious incompetence, we're stupid, we know it; conscious competence, we're really good, but and we know why we're good; and then unconscious competence, which is where the best people in our organization are. They're just amazing at giving those warm belly rubs, but they're unconscious about it. Like, why do you service this person so well? Why do they fall in love with you? Like, we had a client that responded to one of our team members, and they said, "I am so in love with Jill." And I'm like, cool. And so how does she do that? She probably doesn't know. It's just kind of so unconscious competence. We need to identify those people, Nicole, but then we need to be really strong students of those people. We need to have a system in place. That's where the action vision is really designed to pull that unconscious competence out, put it into a system, clone it and reproduce it so the entire organization benefits from the natural gifts that, people throughout the organization can bring. Does that help?
Yeah, no, that really helps.
Cool.
Excellent. Any other questions for Alicia? Okay. Well, we certainly appreciate you, Alicia. That was just outstanding. Thank you, Rosanna. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, everybody that's participated. We're moving into the Q&A segment right now. So again, on any of the segments, on any, maybe it was the speed networking, there was a question there. Maybe it was the wins and biggest challenges. Maybe it was personality mastery. You thought of something in the meantime, you'd like to ask it. Or maybe it was for the 530 grid. But maybe just now you thought, man, there was something I wanted to ask about the natural laws. So we're going to open it up. Faith, are you on the call? I'm just going to ask. Are you still on the call?
No, she had to go in with a client.
No worries. Thank you. Again, you're trying to be. She's being a profitable client to her client. So that's excellent. To take care of them. Any other questions that people have? Something about any of the segments?
Yes, I have a question. So I'm curious where you can find, where can you find those natural laws that they were talking about?
Yeah, that's a good question. So if you go to DNA for Life, okay? Again, that is, let me just get this up here for you. DNA for Life laws.com. Again, DNA for Life laws.com. And you're going to see just a beautiful page here. And if you go to the big word that says natural laws and click on that, you're going to see these natural laws, and they're all going to be listed out for you. And then you'll have you'll have videos on some, you'll have information on the others. Some are just discovered, and so we're still putting all the information. The team is putting together information on that, but you'll be able to see many of the ones that we just talked about on that. So again, DNA for Life, DNAFORLIFE-laws.com. Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
Excellent. Any other questions?
Yeah, this is Cheryl. During Rosanna's presentation, she mentioned a 30-minute strategy session. How can that help, attract profitable clients?
Yeah, that's a great question. In fact, I would recommend everybody that you're really wanting to become a profitable client, they go through that. That is, as Mark had mentioned before, you talk to somebody who has been trained at that. I have, other people have, that are trained in the 30-minute strategy session. And again, it's 14 minutes of questions, 16 minutes of those kind of responses, things like that. Very tight, it's very telling, and people get a great, deep understanding of not only how much you care and how much system you have in place can be helpful, but being able to understand who they are and how to get immediately to the core of how to help them overcome their biggest challenge, what they would love help with, what their wow income goal is. Those things are very important, and that will develop a profitable client perhaps faster than anything else. That's just my opinion. Mark, do you have a different opinion or a different insight into a 30-minute strategy session that might be helpful here?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, I think that it is magical. I mean, it took decades to figure that out. And I've been doing it for, years myself. And everyone is cool in how to break through it. And so I would connect with the individual who invited, the individual to participate or do a 30-minute, go on and do a 30-minute strategy session, and then ask, the individual, who does yours on how you can become certified in it. In the certification process, which there's no cost to do that, that's through Life Masteries and Legacy Partners. In the certification, they do go into a fair amount of science in that, on what's the science of asking the questions in a very specific way, in a very specific order. And those, I use them for business, and selling, but I also use it very heavily in servicing and taking harder clients and, moving those clients into greater success. But I also use it in relationships, like all 7 of my kids. When they date somebody, my kids actually come up and say, "Dad, can you ask those really cool questions?" And so I use it in my personal life, professional life, definitely in the area of recruiting. Very, very powerful in what it will do.
Outstanding. Good question. We have time for one more question, then we're going to move into our next segment. So is there anyone that has another question?
Well, Kevin, I have a comment. Mark had mentioned doing sticky messages and taking money to the bank. And I don't know how many new people might be listening in on this, but one thing that I have to say, I'm going to date myself here, and I'm over 40. And years ago, when I was working fully commission with a newborn, I didn't have the benefit of having the taking money to the bank course. And I recently got to take this course last year. And I really think that that's a beneficial course for someone, especially in younger years of trying to learn to sell and to get profitable clients. That's just my recommendation. Is that's a great course to take.
Wow, that is an awesome testimonial, and I hope people are listening to that because it's absolutely true. You do not have to reinvent the wheel. The reason why the course is there so that you can start off and be maybe a 2 when it comes to sales, or 2 when it comes to money, or maybe even a 1. And what you'll be able to gain from that is going to be absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Again, Mark, how would somebody get to that course and be able to take that online? Stick to messages or like.
Sure. So again, you just go to dna4success.com, go to solutions, and then online course. And there's all the courses that are available that are listed. And so you can go in and go to area 3, which is the dollars in the bank for that course. Or if you're looking for sticky messages, that's going to be in area 1, marketing. And so there's all the different courses that are available there.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Appreciate everybody who has participated today. Special thanks to Mark, to Cheryl, to Rosanna, to Alicia, who are presenters, and then obviously Nicole, Carly, Jen, Mike, Faith. If I missed anybody, forgive me. We really appreciate everything that you do and who you are. It's really huge. Next month, amazing things are happening. So this is December, and we are at topic 10. Next month is going to be topic 11, which is fine-tuning our profit system. That's going to be the third Thursday in January. Again, everything we do is the third Thursday in every single month, and we start at 10:30 Central, and we go till noon Central Standard Time. So we want you to join us on that, because I would recommend after this is done is that you've got some notes, start applying maybe just one thing, not 10 or 15. It's going to be too much. Take one thing from what was said today, which was there was a mountain of gold, and just take one thing and start applying it, and it will make a huge difference in your life and in the lives of the other people around you, and you will become a more profitable, more attractive, profitable client, and attract people to you as well, which is huge. And then once we have that going, we're going to be able to fine-tune our profitable systems. I mean, it's not just stopping at being a profitable client or attracting those people, but it's fine-tuning our profitable systems and how to help other people do the same at a different level. The profitable systems that we have, maybe it's not just the installing, but maybe it's more and better leads. Maybe it's more prospects to clients, or converting prospects faster. Whatever it is, it's going to help fine-tune our profitable systems. We could be doing, 90% of the work and maybe only getting paid for 10% or 20% of it. What we want to do is we want to fine-tune our systems to the point where we're getting 70, 80, 90% optimally, and even it would be beautiful, even 100% of the profit out of our systems. But unless they're fine-tuned, we might be okay at 60 or 70%. We think that's okay. Maybe we doubled our income and we've done it in less time. But in order to move on to the next level, we have to fine-tune our profitable systems. So join us next month in January for that. And then obviously we're going to be talking about achieving our life vision as well. So again, to reiterate, March 15th and 16th in Chicago, live event, bonus session on the 17th. We're going to be going back to topic 1 for this. It's going to be amazing, the value of installing systems and how that's going to absolutely change everything. So we appreciate you being on today. Thanks for coming to Mastermind Seminars Live. If you really got something out of this, pay it forward or share it with somebody else, have an opportunity to go to mastermind-seminars.org, pay it forward, maybe $5, $10, $15, $20. Doesn't go to us, doesn't go to any of the speakers. It goes to kids at risk. It goes to single parents. It goes to Untangling Minds. All these amazing organizations that we help support, that help support us. And just remember, together, truly, everyone achieves more together than we ever could on our own. God bless, and have an amazing day.
Wow. So what did you think? Did you feel like you're drinking out of a fire hose? A lot of information in a very short period of time. We get it. Don't worry if you don't pick it all up the first time, because each month you'll come back, you'll pick up more and more each and every month. The more we pick up and apply, the more money we'll earn as a result of attending this event, and the more time we'll have, the less stress we'll have, and the greater life balance we'll have in every area of life we value. Often people ask, what's next? Great question. Did you register yet that you attended? If not, do that immediately at www.mastermind-seminars.org/register. That's www.mastermind-seminars.org/register. And we will assist you in having strong follow-through with what you learn. There are some amazing follow-up resources that we will get over. There is no charge for any of these resources. Okay, so you've registered. Now what? If you haven't already done your complimentary 30-minute gift coaching session, then that is the place to start. Go to www.dnaforsuccess.com. Go to the top drop-down, examination, and then free 30-minute strategy session. Click on that. It will literally take you 3 minutes to complete that, and then someone from Legacy Partners and Mastermind Seminars will call you and give you your 30-minute strategy session. Again, there's no cost. It's a gift from every one of us to you. Go into that 30-minute strategy session expecting that your business and life will be changed forever, because it has so for so many people. Again, go to www.dnaforsuccess.com, go to the top drop-down examination, and then free 30-minute strategy session. Once you complete that, there are so many different possible solutions to assist you in overcoming the biggest challenge you're currently facing, and how to help you develop your very own BOS, the engine which runs your business. There are weekly live mastermind calls, coffee connections you can attend at no cost. There are online courses, group coaching, media solutions, and even one-on-one coaching which can be provided to you depending on your specific needs and overall goals. Please do not leave today without committing to meeting with at least 2 other people, either over coffee or over the phone, at a minimum once a week, to follow through on all the amazing information, ideas, tools, systems, and great people, both locally and then around the world, through Mastermind Seminars and Legacy Partners. One side note, because there is no charge to attend, participate, and gain massive benefit from Mastermind Seminars, individuals often wonder, how do these amazing events are funded? Well, they are actually funded by generous individuals just like you who give financially weekly through Coffee Connection contributions or monthly through Mastermind Seminars. Your generous contribution to Life Masteries Institute, which is an IRS-approved 501c3 nonprofit organization, not only enables the events, tools, and networks to be developed and given to you and others, but also a portion of your gift goes to many great causes. When we give generously in a financial way, we gain financially as well. No gift is too small. Even giving $5 a week or even a month will make a big difference. To give, go to www.mastermind-seminars.org/pay-it-forward. That's www.mastermind-seminars.org/pay-it-forward. Here is what others have found. In just getting started with my company, I didn't feel I could give anything. Even $5 a month was a sacrifice. I decided to do that, and as soon as I started to give financially, I became more focused on turning what I was learning into financial gain for me personally, and it worked. I'm now contributing a little more and will continue to increase my giving as my business and income grows. Adam, a new entrepreneur. We have given over $45,000 because we know it's the right thing to do. Yes, we do give of our personal and company resources, time and talents, but we also know how important it is to give financially as well. We have found that when we give financially, we become more focused on turning our involvement into sales and financial success. It seems that those who do not give financially, they often do not gain financial benefit. The entire Mastermind seminar experience has done more for building a successful culture through our entire company than hundreds of thousands of dollars in consultants, seminars, and workshops. We've accomplished more in a couple of years than the 20-plus years prior. Any individual, any company, any organization which does buy in and get their entire company involved is, how do I best say it, missing out on a chance of a lifetime. Alan Stein and Nancy Virts, owners, www.tanglewoodconservatories.com. I give financially weekly, and my business has more than doubled. Ginger Ann Collins, owner EVA, executive virtual assistant, and executive coach. www.dnaforsuccess.com/implementation/E-VAS. The more I give financially, the more I receive financially. Ann Wayman, dream giver, ghostwriter, www.annwayman.com. I was looking for additional income streams, and by giving financially, it's opened so many doors for me. So many opportunities become available when we are financially generous. Ed Noel, mortgage professional, owner, leadership, and team building coach. It was really tough for us to give anything, as we had invested so much into our business. But we decided to start out with $25 a month. We didn't think of it as a very big gift, but the truth is, it was a lot for us when we started. And the doors that financial gift has opened for us are huge. We will be giving a portion of what we generate in our business back to Life Masteries Institute and pay it forward to help others around the world gain financial freedom. Steve and Avalinda Casey, owner, real estate investing, speaker, and author. Being a part of Mastermind seminars over the last 3 years has changed the way I think about every area of life. When we give financially, we not only support what is given to us, but we assist others in our community and around the world. Be generous. Kevin King, helping people save money on health insurance. My business has benefited so much from the Mastermind seminars and coffee connections. It's the right thing to give back weekly financially. Jonathan Sparrow, owner, web technology, www.themvpnetwork.org. If you have any questions, thoughts, or ideas from today, please connect with the individual who invited you to attend or your MC, host, or you can even call toll-free 888-230-2300. That's 888-230-2300, or the U.S. base number is 630-393-9909. That's 630-393-9909. Always remember, we can accomplish far more together than we ever could on our own. So think of 3 other individuals you believe would benefit from what we shared and invite them to your Mastermind conference call, coffee connection, and next month's Mastermind seminar event. Have an amazing day and life.